Hello my fellow board gamers and welcome to the channel all about economic board games. Today I am bringing you a run through of Furnace, an engine building game, and we can see the designer here and it's brought to you by these guys at the bottom. Now this one is a 2 to 4 player game. It's sort of lightweight, medium complexity, and it'll take you anywhere in the region of sort of 45 minutes plus. And in this game we take on the role of capitalists. Here we are, and we're trying to build our industrial corporations and aspire to make as much money as we can by purchasing these companies. On the board here we've got this lovely mat to demonstrate to you as well. You'll be extracting resources at the top here and you'll be processing them here where you see these arrows in the hope of making the best combinations. So once you acquire these companies you'll be sort of utilising them in the best way possible to make the most money. Now if you're after a shorter insight, go and check out my overview I brought you guys last week, and today as usual there is just myself and I'll be playing kind of a free player setup here. So to dive straight in, we've got this player mat which doesn't usually it won't come in the standard box, and you've got a whole host of cards here. Just below it is the 4 rounds, so we've only got the 4 to play through. Start off on 1 there. This deck, you will keep it with the upgraded side face up, and on the other side you can see when they come out the potential processing abilities or extraction options there as well. So keep that with that face up upgrade inside there, which will make a lot more sense in a moment what upgrading is. At the top you've got the resources. You've got coal, what we got: coal, iron, oil, and upgrade tokens, and then you kind of got money on both sides there. And in the mat helps you out actually. In a free 4-player game, you bring out the cards up tier, and a 4-player game you go to the max. And we all have a capitalist card, so there's only 5 in the box. And this person here, blacks, have got once per production phase you may spend 2 of these cubes, coal cubes, to resolve one of your cards again. Really powerful, but that will make sense in a moment. This chap here, you have an additional 2, so these I'll go through, but they've got an additional one which is very important and massive as well. And the reds here, whenever you get compensated, which is well, I'll go through that in a sec, you will act as if your disc is 1 higher. Okay, so that's your player abilities, your unique game breaker, rule breakers, shall we say. And just below you will start off with one of these buildings, one of these companies, and you can see you've got some really nice depicted artwork there. You start off with these resources at the top, just a one-time thing for setup. And then below you can see you work your way down, so you're going to get one of these upgrade tokens. You can then activate turning 1 oil into 4 money, because that's kind of how you're going to win the game. Most money at the end wins after 4 rounds, and you can only do that once, mind, on this particular card. You then get the option to spend an upgrade and a coal as many times as you want. So if you've got 4 and 4, you could do it 4 times to upgrade other cards. So you can see, let's say we win this card. At the moment the bottom is kind of faded out as white, but you upgrade it, you turn it over, and all of a sudden it's got colour, which means you can use that when you acquire it, which means that you'll get a iron and you can process a coal and an oil up to 2 times for 6 money each time. So you have to spend 2 coal and 2 oil to get 12 money. So yeah, you really want to be upgrading that if that's sort of part of your strategy. Now in terms of how an actual round plays, there's the auctioning and then there's the production, and we're going to kick off with the auctioning. So we've got this big fancy start and play token which is just randomly dealt out. Now these guys have tokens. You've got a 4, 3, a 2 and a 1, and you're going to be looking at these cards out here and thinking about which one do I want to put my token on. And I'm not going to try and explain how it all works, I'm just going to show you. So we're going to go left to right is how they're going to activate, and these players are thinking, right, I really want to have, what have we got? I really want this card here. So they're probably going to put a number 4 on, which kind of guarantees you the card, because there's a couple of rules. The next player to go, yellows clockwise, can't put the same number on the card there, so they couldn't put a 4. So they'd have to go with, their options are a 3, 2 and a 1, and their special ability gives them this 2 tokens. So they've got these as options. So let's just say they know reds are going to win the card, but they want to take advantage of the top action. So they're going to go with a 2. And I'm going to put that in yellow just for demonstration. Blacks are up now. Blacks equally can't put a 4 or a 2 there. They could put a 1 or a 3, but they're thinking, okay, my other 2 players have made their moves. I kind of want a lot of this resource here, but if I put too high a number and no one outbids me, then I'm going to actually take the card, which might not be the worst thing because the bottom action is quite nice as well. So tricky. They're thinking, okay, I'm going to just go with a cheeky 2 on that one before anyone else does. Back over to reds. And they're like, okay, I equally want to get the compensation, it's called. And I'll go through that in a second. I kind of just want to demonstrate what will happen after we've placed these tokens. So, they're going to go over 1. Or are they? Because actually, they're not going to get a chance to utilise that top one. Okay, I won't think too hard. They've gone with a 1. Yellows are going to go for this one. Let's just say they really want that bottom action. And black is thinking, right, I want that one. Reds want that one. They're thinking, okay, I really want some coal. Yellow goes up, and they're thinking, ooh, I want a piece of that one. It's a shame it's the wrong... Oh, actually, no, they probably shouldn't do that. You see, this is the... Right, I'm going to explain what exactly I'm doing here. So, they've got a 3-2 to 1 now. And if... They've got this 2 here, which means if this stays as it is, the highest number is going to win that card. So, number 4 is going to take this card, and they're going to be able to keep it in front of them, and it's theirs for the rest of the game. And they get this ability, which is, I'll show you a bit closer on the camera, is they're going to turn 1 iron into 4 coal. And if they manage to upgrade it, they'll then see that they activate the bottom section as well on a future turn. So they could then turn 1 upgrade token twice, if they have 2 tokens, into 5 money. But for winning the card, you don't get this top action, which is kind of compensation for everyone else who went there. So in this case, yellow, because they haven't won it, red did, their 2 means they get to do this action twice. So they're going to get 2 iron, and they can turn, well, not going to get 2 iron, they're going to be able to turn 2 iron, well, 1 iron into 4 coal, and they can do that twice. So potentially 2 iron into 8 coal. But that is yellows. They haven't actually got any iron. They started the game off with a cog. Now you can see you want to try and acquire the resource if you can before that card comes into play, because they're going to be activated from left to right. And you can see this one here, if they get compensated, they are going to get the iron they need to then spend on this card. And you can see the other irons are kind of down here, which is a shame because they'll have missed this opportunity to do that processing. But the problem they've got on this one is they've got a 1 and a 2, which they can't place there because you can see there's already those numbers there, but they've only got a 3 left. And if they put the 3 there, that probably means, because, well, it definitely means because no one else has got a 4, they're going to win the card, which means they'll acquire it and not able to get that compensation. And black and red will get it because black and red have been shrewd, thinking, right, I really want that iron. We're going to go with cheeky low numbers. So that is the difficult situation there is. Now, you could just say they've wasted that 2, let's just forget about it and move on, which is what we're going to do, which is black's probably thinking, that's not what I wanted because I didn't want to win the card. I wanted to, get 2 iron. So hopefully that made some kind of sense, but let's just play it out for you. So instead, they're going to go here with a 2. Black's up. Black's thinking, I want to get some coal. Oh, no, they can't go there, same number. Oh, tricky. Well, yes, that's a great move. That's what they were going to do, wasn't it? So they're going to get 2 iron, and then they're going to have the chance to process up to 3 iron into 4 coal each time. Now, I'm not even considering every player's abilities currently. It's just not... Well, it's possible, but it's very difficult to be acting as myself playing 3 players here. It's not even... It's just a difficult challenge. Okay, so they've done theirs. Reds, let's just say they go for this one. Yellow goes for that one. Black's thinking, right, I want 1 coal, 1 iron, and yellow wants to get some more coal. Done. Everyone has placed their tokens out. No more switching, no more moving. And as long as you match those two requirements where you can't have the same number on the spot, unless one of the cards breaks that, which one of them does. So these are the other two. I believe this one lets you do some really clever stuff with copying and going on the same spot as a previous colour you put there. But currently, under these capitalists, you can see you can't have your colour twice on the spot as well. Now we then play out the auction and see how it works out. So blacks have the majority here, which means they're going to win the card, and red is going to get compensated an iron. So that goes back to them, and black get this card. So they just keep that there. And red's going to win it. Yellow is going to process, which frustratingly they've got no iron, so that's just not being completed. But black is going to process up to 3, and they only had, oh, did they get 2? No, they did have a number 2, they didn't. They should have got 2 iron. Yeah. Oh no, they won the card, that's why. Yeah, so they're going to be able to process up to 3, but they've only got 1. So they're just going to do it once. So they turn that iron into 4 coal. Now, it does say on here, once per production phase, which will come out in a minute. Actually, I'll go through that one. So reds win the card. And over to this one. So black will get paid out 1 iron, and you can see the importance of the order because they could have probably done with that prior to utilising this processing. So black's got that one, and yellow win the card. Black win the card, no one else is processing. Yellow gets 2 coal, only once because that's the number on their token there. Who was that? Yellow. And red wins the card, so you can see you're going to be getting potentially quite a lot of cards in this game, the companies. Red is going to get 2 coal times the 3, because that's the token there. So that's 6 coal for red. 2, 4, 5, 6. And then yellow wins that one. And finally, this goes to yellows because they have the ability with that extra token, which is nice. And they win that card as well. All the cards have cleared out. We'll replenish those in a second. Now, literally simultaneously, everyone does production phase. So let's start off with the reds here. So they're looking at their cards and they're going to decide to do... So they've got the ability to get an upgrade. They could turn some coal into money, and they've got quite a lot of coal acquired from that auction phase. They could then turn either that upgrade token and some coal into an upgrade. Looking at the other 2 cards, they can, so ignore the top ones, that's gone now. It's only the bottom actions you get to utilise. So they could turn some of this iron into more coal, and at the bottom they could turn these upgrade tokens into money. This one is they're going to extract 2 coal, and then they could turn, if they upgrade it, the iron and oil into loads of money. So they haven't quite got a way to get oil as yet, and I don't think there was actually any way to extract oil on the board. So we are thinking they're in a very heavy coal game. So I'm not going to upgrade this one. I'm just going to extract the 2 coal, and you can kind of just rotate it or melee it just to show you've used it, and you can't use it again now. Now we go to any other card and we're thinking, let's, well, I don't want more coal. I've got enough coal. And that does nothing else for me, so we're not going to bother using that one. And this one we're going to get, so it's a really bad example of how to engine build, folks. They're going to take, so work your way from the top to the bottom. They're going to get an upgrade token. They're then going to turn 4 coal, because you can do it twice, into 4 coins in this case. So you put the resource back, 4 coins, we're off. And at the bottom, they can then turn that upgrade token and one of the coals, because they've only got the 1 upgrade token, so they can only do an upgrade once. Now what we're thinking, we're probably thinking we'll upgrade this one, because at the bottom we can start turning these into 5 money. Okay, so we've used that. Now you can't go back and use the upgraded options once you've used that card in general. So there we go. So we've used all our cards. That's that play done. Again, simultaneously, and I will try and speed it up with these. So we'll just activate this one straight away. So they're going to get an upgrade token. they're going to spend... Oh, no, should I? Oh, you can see why you might not want to do them. So we're going to do this one first and get an iron. So that's done. We're then going to utilise this one, which is where we spend... We get an upgrade token. We spend an iron and a coal once to get 4 money. And we then have a chance at the bottom to spend an upgrade token and a coal to upgrade one of these. And I think we will go for... I like this one. Okay, turned it over, upgraded. And you can see now that we've upgraded it prior to using it, so we're going to get the benefits of that car when we come to do it. So we've used that one as well. Over to these, we haven't really got much resource left. So this one, we haven't got any iron to swap over, so that's useless. And this one, we haven't got any coal to turn into money, but we're going to get this extraction of 1 oil. And that was it. So they're all done. Finally, these guys are thinking... So we can turn cogs into money, coal. We've got a lot of processing actions. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a cog. We're going to activate this card. We are then going to skip this oil because we haven't got any oil to turn into money. We're going to spend this cog and a coal to upgrade this card. Yeah, we'll do that. So we've utilised that one. Now I should add that there's 5 sort of starting cards, and on the backs you got this image here, and everyone starts with one, and they differ slightly on the end option as to how you well, the middle option. So they say how you turn a certain resource into money. Over to well, we can't utilize. Well, we can utilize that actually. We've got 4 coal. We can do it twice, and we can turn that into 2 oil. And we can't do the bottom action. This one, we haven't got any more cogs because we used them to upgrade, so we can't do the top one into money, but we're going to get 2 iron. So sets us up for next round, maybe, depending on what we get. Okay, that was the end of production. So hopefully you've acquired some nice resources, and you're turning those resources into money. And you kind of just reset your cards, refill the board, and move this to the second round. So we are only 4 rounds, folks. You can see how quickly this can go. Okay, 3 player. Now, I think I'm just going to demonstrate one more auction, and I'll demonstrate one of these players. I'm not going to go through all of them again. Okay, so starting player passes, and yellows are up. They're looking at these cards, and they kind of need... So we're going to get this iron. We want to try and turn the iron and coal. They need coal, really. So we're looking at the board. We can see some coal here and here. And if we go too heavy, we're going to put a 2 here in the hope that 2 times the 2 will give us 4 coal, so we can use some of these processing actions here. Over to black. Now they needed oil. Well, they've got oil now to turn that into money. Cogs would be nice. There's no cogs out there, but they can turn iron into a cog. So no one's put a 4 there yet, so they're thinking, right, I'm just going to put a 4 down. Pretty much guaranteed I've won that, which means when they come to production phase, they can turn some of these, well, once only, one of those into a cog, which then they could use on this option to turn it into money. So a bit of an engine and a chain there. Reds are all about, they had coal here. They needed iron, which they've kind of got now. They equally needed, everyone needs cogs. They're great to turn into money. Maybe oil, because then they can start getting, you can see at the bottom here, if they manage to trade in an iron and an oil up to twice, you get 7 money each time. So maybe we're looking to get some oil. Now, there is no oil just available to extract, which is frustrating. We can see this one here, if we manage to upgrade, it would give us oil. And there's a couple of processing options. So maybe they're thinking, I want to go and win this one. Who was that? That was red. Yellows, we're after coal, and they're going to try and go for that one. Blacks are quite... maybe this one, because you can see if they do manage to upgrade that, they're going to get 2 iron. Reds have some iron, and they could turn them into oil without having to worry too much about getting this oil. So maybe if they go here, And well, they've only got 2. They could spend these 2 iron. Maybe they just want to go over 2 then. Yeah, they'll go over 2, so they can spend their 2 iron to turn it into 2 oil, which then gives them the oil, which when they upgrade this, to get the 7 money. But they're then going to need iron, so they're going to want to keep an eye on this one, and hopefully not win it, but put a number out that will give them an adequate number of, well, reds in this case, which interestingly, they've got a 3 and a 1. So maybe they want to do a power play and put the 3 there because they know they're not going to win it. And even though it's wasteful because they're only going to be able to turn 2 rather than 3, gives them a bit more flexibility to try and get the compensation on this card rather than win it, potentially. Okay, yellows, I'm not going to think too hard. They are liking, they've got some oil. This one turns all into money. They're going to try and win that one. Blacks are going to try and get some coal. Reds then are going to go, so they're looking at their opponents going, right, there's a 1, 3 and a 2 out there. If they do put a 2 on here, is yellow going to go there and really want to try and win it? Maybe they just want to put a 1 in the hope that this 2 and a 3 can go there because they really want to get the compensation for that one. Very slim pickings out there at the moment. They're going to stick with that. 3 for the yellow. They've only got so many options. They can't go there, they can't go there, they can't go there. And do they want to win any of these? They can't go here as well because it's already yellow. Maybe they're thinking, I want to turn this one so they can turn all that coal, which I don't even think they're getting that much coal, into iron. Okay, we'll stick with that. Blacks are going, okay, yeah, I really want that one. And red is thinking, shall I get some more coal? Yeah, let's turn the coal, they've got quite a bit of coal being produced here, into oil, because they want that oil for getting all that money. Okay, oh, 1 left here. They are thinking, let's turn... So what are yellows getting? They're going to be getting, well, they're not getting coal. They're winning that one. They're winning that one. They're winning a load of cards again. They're not actually getting much production. So, you know, looking at it, no, because these are all processing ones. They can't go on, and they can't go on. They're going to have to go on that one. Well, we'll see how that pans out. Okay, so everyone's placed their tokens over from left to right then. So black's going to win the card. Red gets to turn 2 coal into oil. Now they could do that twice because their token was a number 2, but I think we're just going to do 1 for now because we've got a bit of oil on the way. Am I right there? Reds, yeah, we'll stick with that. So black wins the card. Over to this one, 1 times the 2 coal for black, and oh, I made a mistake. Yellows, this is yellows 2. Couldn't technically have their 2 counters there. Okay, where could they have gone? They'll have to go here. Okay, so instead, yellows have won the card. Look that there. Yellows have won this card. And black's going to win this one. Yellow is going to get a chance to turn 2 iron into oil, and they haven't got any iron, so my fault there. And red's going to get a chance to turn these 2, which we spoke about, into 2 oil. So they've got enough oil now, but they've got no iron. And black wins the card. So you can slowly start to see which cards you want for your synergy and building that engine. It's crucial, and it's got this lovely auction mechanism that interacts with all the players. So yellow have won that one, and black are, well, red's getting 1 iron, which just isn't enough. Black wins another card, and yellow's going to turn 2 coal, which they haven't got, into oil, and red's going to win that card. Okay, a disaster of a round for each player, because I have not got the mental capacity to manage all 3. It's a struggle in this game to manage 1 and really maximise it. So that was the auction phase production. Let's just do 1 player then. Let's go with these guys because they've got quite a few resources here. So we have 4 cards, and we're looking to really get this one upgraded. So let's just focus on that then. Yeah, we're going to do that. So we're going to do this this, where is it? This one first. So that gets us, so top to bottom, we're going to get an upgrade token. We're going to get a chance to turn these 2 coal. We could do it twice, but we've only got the 2 into 2 money. We can then turn this upgrade token. Oh, and a coal. I haven't got a coal. You can see the frustration because I need a coal to upgrade. So maybe I will not spend those 2 coal in this processing. Now you can see that, let's just assume that was oil. You can see the actual card I want to upgrade would give me the option to extract coal. But I've used the card, and then if I upgraded, that wouldn't be able to do the bottom action this turn. So you can see the order of play is massive. Okay, we're going to continue though. We've basically not done that middle action. So we have now got a coal and an upgrade token. And we're going to upgrade this one. So we've done that one. We are going to get 2 coal. And then we're going to we could do this twice, but we haven't got the resource. We're going to do an iron and an oil once to get 7 money. So we have utilised this card, just these 2 left. We've got no more iron to do that. And we've got no more upgrades to do that. So those are out the window. And this one we can spend 2 of those coal to get 2 money, and that's that card. There we are. So I'm not going to do the rest of these, but everyone would do that simultaneously. You then go again, round 3, round 4, end the game, and you get to produce as well. Then whoever has the most money is the winner. These resources, they aren't worth anything at the end. Now, typical scores I've had in games I've played have been anywhere from 70, 80, 90, touching the 90s. I've not yet got over 100, I believe. So there we are. There is so much to think about. It seems quite straightforward, the auction phase, but the back and forth not back and forth, but the thinking process as to where to put that token, and because you don't necessarily want to win it, but you want to maximize your compensation. But even a 2 on a certain card might actually win it because no one else is interested in getting the compensation or winning it, should I say. So that is integral. And then the actual flow of the cards really mixes the rounds up, because sometimes the extractions here and you're getting the resources which you can then process. Other times it's the other way around and you're having to think about maybe having a little bit of a buffer of resource to utilize for those actions. So some great stuff to think about. And then are you going to go heavy on actual companies and try and really think hard about how you can build this engine and use that to get this, or are you going to keep it simple and maybe 3 cards and you've already upgraded them all and you've got the ability to just generate cash again and again and again for the win? So there we are, folks. That is Furnace. Enjoy.